All right, so let's take VUB for example. So what is the acceptance rate of VUB like? When it comes to the classes, someone who had like first class, second class, third class, or pass, is it easy for someone to get for that person to get an admission into VUB?
VUB is so I don't know. Their application process is not all that difficult. I've seen people who apply to VUB with uh, had third class and even pass. Do you get it? Third class and even pass. So it's not I don't know how to say it's not all that difficult at all.
And they
Recently,
were
I
all
even helped a
accepted.
lady, and her class was they were all accepted. And the interview is in the form of kind of like a questionnaire that you have to fill. So it's not like
Mhm.
a counselor will be in front of you and be asking you, okay, why do you want to go instead? No, all is written on the paper. Half time, sit down and answer. Yes, but they'll give you 1 hour to answer, 1 hour to fill the form. So that is your form of interview at the embassy. Yeah.
Wow, then that's cool.
Yes. Yes.
Because
Yes. Yes. Yes.
a lot of people wouldn't want like the face-to-face embassy. When you go to the American embassy, you meet the consulate, and you see,
Yeah.
sometimes you are even short of words. You even forget whatever that you are going to mention. So
Sure.
an interview which comes in the form of a paper, you put down things, then it's fine. So how did you start your
Yeah. So
search for universities in Belgium?
my zeal to travel started long time when I was a kid because I was working after University of Cape Coast.
Mhm.
I did my internship. Is it internship? The 1 year at an how do you call it?
National
Not
service.
internship. National service. I did my sorry. I did my national service um, in one NGO, Chance for Children, and there I was also doing this education thing, taking street children from the streets to the mainstream education and blah blah blah. So from there, I got the opportunity through the NGO to go to Switzerland in 2018. So I came to Switzerland for a capacity building workshop, and there I got to know that oh my God, there are a lot of opportunities in Europe, because the workshop was so short. We stayed in Europe for some I think a week or so. It was so short. So I was like, oh my God, this I could really come and develop myself here because I only had a degree. I wanted to, step up with my education. So when I came back to Ghana, then I went online. And let me tell you, if you want to travel abroad, the first step that you have to take is not agent, it's you yourself. You need to put some kind of encouragement. You need to set yourself because some people even ask me how to travel. I send them links and they don't even open it. They want you to do everything for them, from applying, from writing motivation letters and stuff like that. But motivation letters should come from you, your upbringing, what you can offer. So I cannot write it the way you would. Sorry, I'm sorry. I cannot write it the way you would like. I mean, from your own perspective,
Mhm.
So I started searching online schools in Europe that I could apply. I didn't attempt America or UK because, man, the fees I was seeing were too high. I couldn't pay. And if you want to apply for scholarship, it also comes in its own scheme. And people think that it's easy. Okay, scholarship, you can travel to US, UK with scholarship. It's not easy. You have to get some requirement. Even those applying for the scholarship are more. You have to pray that they will even pick you and stuff like that. So it was too long of a procedure. So I wanted to see, because I did education at the University of Ghana, Cape Coast. So I wanted to pursue something higher in that field. Yeah, so I started searching for educational sciences, like educational leadership courses in Europe. I mean, I got a lot. I got a lot. So I sometimes compare the fees, whether I have to, I mean, the stress. Sometimes they will ask for a lot of documents, IELTS, TOEFL, and stuff like that. So I applied to like How many schools? Like 5 schools, actually. No, five
In
different
Belgium,
countries. No,
5 different
no.
countries.
Yes, Norway,
Mhm,
Belgium,
mhm.
uh, Holland, Czech Republic, and I think Poland.
Poland.
Yeah. So Belgium, Holland, Norway, Czech Republic, and Poland. These 5 countries. I applied. I saw these courses. I just applied. And guess what? Uh, Norway put me on hold because the COVID period. So they said that okay, I gained admission already, but they're like, oh no, let us put you on hold. For those who applied during the COVID time and they didn't get it, so we will, I mean, attend to them first. So if there's a slot, then I said, okay. I said, no problem. Then Holland actually admitted me. I even got a visa, but the COVID, they closed all the how do you call it, the airport and stuff like that. So they also ended the course. So I have the visa right now, but
Poland.
I couldn't travel. Poland. Yeah, no,
Poland. Holland.
Holland
All
actually.
right.
Netherlands, exactly.
Netherlands.
So I got a visa, but yes, Netherlands. I couldn't go because of the COVID stuff. Then I got one admission again in Poland also. Actually, they had an interview with me. For Poland, some of the schools they will have an interview with you, like the way we are having right now.
Mhm.
And from there, then they will proceed. So I got Poland and Belgium, and I'm like, okay. Uh, I mean, obviously, I'll choose Belgium over Poland for obvious reasons. I have family closer to me when I live in Belgium. If I have to live in
Mhm.
Belgium,
All right.
I
Then
had
that's
because I've
fine.
so yeah. So I'm like, okay, then let me choose
Belgium.
Belgium. So I got Poland and Belgium at the same time, but I chose Belgium. Do you understand? So even with Belgium, one school, I mean, I attended VUB, I'm done now, but one school did not accept me, KU Leuven. It's also in Belgium. Yeah, because they have a long procedure. You have to go and write IELTS and stuff like that. But most schools in Europe, you don't have to write IELTS or TOEFL. Yes,
Mm,
yes, most schools in Europe will not let you write it. You just have to provide your English proficiency letter from your higher education or from your universities, and they will accept it. So you have to look at all the procedures when you're applying to the school, whether, okay, this will favor you or this is, if you want to apply with a school that will accept TOEFL, then you also have to get ready to write the TOEFL before you apply because of the deadlines. So have to check all these things. In fact, the school I applied and I came to Belgium, I didn't even started that same year I came. I started a year before, a year before. So this is what I always tell my friend. You want to travel to Europe or travel anywhere to study or to live or whatever. Don't just wake up out. It's not easy. You have to use your time, resources, money, everything. So plan ahead, have a list of schools. That's why they didn't apply for one school. So if I apply for one school, there's no way they put me on hold. At the end of the day, do you know what they wrote to me? They said the school is filled up. They can't take me again. So you see, that's why
yeah.
that's why I applied to so many countries so that at least 2 or 3 will take me. Aha. And I got the admission by the grace of God. I just came and helped out with the course. Yeah.
All right. That's fine. So can you explain the application process to your master's program?
Yes, with I'll because that's what I know best. With Belgium, every school that you apply to in Belgium, they may require I mean the application is simple. They may require your high school. If you want to apply for a degree, then you apply for then you ask for your high school. If you want to apply for your master's, then sometimes high school and also your bachelor's degree.
Degree.
They also sometimes check your class as well. Whether you pass, yeah, some schools check, some schools as soon as even they know you've passed. I mean, fair grade, it's okay with them. So once you think you fall into the category, and you have to check course by course. People don't check course by course. There's a general requirement of
Mhm.
the school. Okay, we need this, we need that, we need this. But you have to go to their course. Some course may require you that, oh, you like the course I did, educational sciences. Some will tell you that they want you to have a prior educational background before. But some courses they'll tell you that, oh, they don't care whether you did science, you did business, whatever, you
You
can do
can
the
still up.
course. So yes, exactly. So this is what I tell my people who want to come, that they have to check the course requirement, not only the school admission requirement. Then from there you apply and does it. And through online, you apply online and stuff like that. But then you come to the financial requirement. That is what I really want us to spend time on, because
Right.
after the admission, most Ghanaian they get admission. Most friends I have, when they apply, you get it right now. I mean, Ghanaians we are shy. Our certificates are good. When they come, they see the results, they are good. But you get admission and boom, the financial
You can.
requirement. That is the
That one is the
problem.
problem. So
That
it's
is the
the financial
problem.
requirement which will help you to gain the visa. But before we get into the financial requirement, so were there any specific
Yeah.
requirement for international students who are applying to Belgian universities? Like, is there any specific requirements apart from your university's transcript, your certificate? Is there any
Yeah.
specific requirements?
Honestly, the requirements are just what you've mentioned: transcript, your bachelor's degree, uh, sometimes your testimonial from high school, uh, and your letter of English, the English proficiency letter. I think that's all they ask. There's no any special. Only some schools like K11, for example, ask for how do you call it, TOEFL or IELTS. Even with that, it depends on the course. Some courses will need 7.0 band. I mean, the score of the IELTS. Some will need 6 points. So you also have to check that. The course I wanted to read was 7.0.
Mhm.
Exactly. So you also have to check the band. Apart from that, I don't think they need anything like SAT, like in the US, you have to write your SAT or something like that. No, 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 no. No. They in Belgium, they don't need those kind of things. They only need, if the school doesn't take your school letter of English proficiency, then you have to write the IELTS and how do you call it? Sometimes they exempt people. For example, my school like this VUB, they exempted people from Ghana because, especially if you can provide the letter of English proficiency, that's all. Then they will exempt you. But some will not exempt. They'll write it categorically that they need it. So you have to go and write the exams
All right, so let's talk about
to get it.
VUB before. Yeah,
And
no, you finish speaking.
one issue I also have is that people finish this thing. How do you call it? Diploma courses.
Mhm.
Diploma courses in Ghana, and they want to do masters and in Europe, and they don't accept them. Yes, because diploma is not equivalent to a bachelor degree.
Mhm.
Yes, so this is one thing that I really want us to take note of. I have friends who have the diploma and they're like, "Oh, Tony, I would like to come and do my master's." I said, "No, diploma in Ghana, you can add it to your certificate to enhance your, how do you call it, your admission process to start a bachelor course in Europe, not masters. You can only do masters in Europe when you already have bachelor's, your 4 year or 3 year bachelor degree certificate from Ghana. So that's how it is.
All right, so let's take VUB for example. So what is the acceptance rate of VUB like when it comes to the classes? Someone who had like first class, second class, third class, or pass. Is it easy for someone to get for that person to get an admission into VUB?
VUB is so, I don't know, their admission process is not all that difficult. I've seen people who apply to VUB with had third class and even pass. Do you get it? Third class and even pass. So it's not, I don't know how to say, it's not all that difficult at all.
And they
Recently,
were
I
all
even helped
accepted.
a lady, and her class was, they were all accepted.
Wow.
One, it also depends on the course.
Okay.
It also depends on the course. Yes, it also depends on the course. If you are doing maybe you want to do chemical engineering and your GPA is low, sometimes they have some issues. Yeah, they will write you that no, your because that's why they take the transcript. They will also check your individual courses that you did.
Mhm.
So they will know that you fail a lot and excuse me, and stuff like that. But mostly they take I mean, if you get past, you can even get an admission in VUB. In VUB. It's not all that difficult. And what I always tell people is that they also check your motivation letter. I think that is something they check a lot. A lot.
Motivation letter.
Okay. So it's yes, it's not only about your bachelor degree. You also have to convince them that you are interested in the course. You also have to convince them why you chose VUB, why you chose Belgium as a country, and what are you bringing on board, and what do you expect to, you know, bring back to your country? Maybe after the course, or you want to do this project to help Ghana and stuff like that. So they will have this idea. Oh, okay, this person wants, to come and upgrade himself and get some knowledge, to bring some kind of innovation in their sector. So it's something that they really uh, uh, take note. So you also have to write a good motivation letter as well. It's very important. Yeah.
All right. So, with regards to school fees deposit, the deposit for the school fees, and then some of the financial, before we zoom into the real financial requirement, does this school require you to make a deposit before you apply for visa or anything of sort? After you've had your admission, do they require you to make a deposit, a school fee deposit? And how is their school fees? Is it very, very
Okay.
heavy, or just a minimal that is very affordable as compared to other countries?
Okay. I think Belgium school fees is quite moderate. I mean, schools in Europe fees are very moderate. In Germany, I had some schools school fees are even free. The school I applied for in Norway, school fees was almost free, free, zero. Aha. But things that are also free. So when you're applying, you also have to make sure that you have a lot of things that your paperwork is genuine. They want you to legalize your document. Everything should be intact. Talking about the fees, I mean, Europe gives less fees than the UK. UK is not part of Schengen now. And the US and Canada and Australia. So people tend to come here. Aha. So, but school fees are not entirely free. Sorry, in some countries. In Belgium, for example, like my course is an English taught program, which DMs is an international course. So it's not free. It's not free at all. But when I tell you the cost, you think, oh, okay, it's okay. But it I mean, the cool thing is that with Belgium, you get your visa before you pay your fees. You
You
get
had the visa before you pay your
yes,
fees.
you don't yes, you don't pay the fees before, or you don't pay some kind of deposits and before you get your visa. So this brings me back to the financial issue because it's very important. I just want to make it clear to you that when you're applying to Belgium schools, there are three ways to prove your financial solvency or to prove that you can support your school. So you just have to prove that you can support the school that you are going, and
Mhm.
that's it. and that's it. So one, there are three. So I'll mention all of them. One is having a scholarship. You have a scholarship from maybe the Ghana Secretariat Scholarship Program or something like that. From VUB has some scholarship schemes. They are there. I can give the website a lot of scholarships. But as I said, those scholarships also have their own criteria. Do you get it? They also have their own criteria. They may say that, okay, this scholarship is for only people from Asia. This scholarship is only people from India, or this scholarship is for those who are doing this kind of program. So you just have to go through all the scholarship and see which one will be good for you. So either you get a scholarship, that is one. Let's put it aside. The second one is block account. Block account. Which means that when you're applying to a school in Belgium, you have to deposit some money, which is your own money. It's not for the school. It's your own money that you spend when you come to Belgium. You have to put the money in the account. The school set an account for you. You put the money in it, and the school will give you a certificate that you add to your document for the visa. So that's the block account. Do you understand? Currently the block account to pay at VUB now is 13,000 euros.
13,000 euros.
13,000 euros. Yes, that is the money that you have to put in VUB now. If you want to come and study at VUB now, this is the money that you have to put in it. And as soon as you arrive in Belgium, then then they divide it by 12 because they assume that the 13,000 euros is going to be used for the entire year. So every month they give you like 900 or so euros until the year ends.
Oh, I see.
That's it. Yes. So yes, it's your own money. They will give everything back to you, but they will not give it to you in bulk. They will be giving it to you monthly by monthly. Aha. So that is the second one. But the blog account is not every school has because VUB is 13. Some schools also charge less. Some may charge 10,000 or so you have to go to the site of the school and type blog account. It will give you all the information. But VUB currently is taking 13,000.
13,000.
The time I came to VUB, they were taking 10,400. My time they were taking 10,400.
10,400 euros.
So you can see how euros. Yes, you have to pay it in fully, not half, fully. Then they'll give you a certificate showing that you have money with them. That one, you get the visa, right now. Then the third part, which most Ghanaians, I mean, have been doing, and I understand because the blog account is also very expensive. It's costly. Is the guarantor. Guarantor. Guarantor is all these things have to happen before you go to
Apply
deposit
for
your
the visa.
application for the to apply for the visa. Guarantor is just somebody guaranteeing for you that, oh, okay, Sellers is going to study in VUB. I'll be responsible for his upkeep, his where you sleep. I'll pay for his blah 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 blah. So you have to guarantee. But when you have to guarantee, you have to fill a form called under 32. Under 32 form. You Not you as a student, the one who is guaranteed for you have to fill it. Then the person will send it to the embassy where he is. Anybody can guarantee for you at all. Somebody in the US and UK, wherever, can guarantee for you. But you have to fill that form and add his pay slip because a poor person cannot guarantee for you. If I cannot take care of myself, how can I guarantee
Take
for
care
you?
of someone
So
else.
exactly. So they also have how do you call it? A requirement for the one who guarantee for you. The person has to be working full time, not part time. The person has to be earning, and this is sometimes the problem because every year they increase it. The person has to be earning currently. The person has to be earning almost 2,800 euros and net income, not gross income. After tax, after tax deductions, the person has to earn that amount, 2,800 euros before the
2,800
person,
euros.
yes, If the person is earning 2,800 euros per month, the person can guarantee for you. My time, it was 1,400. If the person can earn 1,400, but every year they increase it. As I'm talking to you now it's 2,800. That is a big of a problem to many guarantors because I mean, Ghanaians, you talk to your family member in Europe and I want to come to Europe. Can you guarantee for me? To be honest with you, that person might not be earning that amount. So the person cannot guarantee for you because Nisi cannot cry answer.
Mhm.
Do you get it? Yeah, so that is the issue with it, but some people also earn more than that. More than that. Some people earn more than that. And when you are guaranteed for somebody, you should not add two jobs. This money I'm talking to you should be from one job.
One job.
In Europe, one job that you are doing. In Europe, some people may be having, maybe he's having another job somewhere, he's having another two jobs or three jobs. No, the immigration said they want this source of money to be coming from one particular job. So maybe I'm working in the Bank of America, let's say, and I'm earning 3,000 per month. And if they did that, my tax, I'll be like 2,900 or 2,000. Then I can guarantee. Aha. So it's like that. So you have to get a guarantor to guarantee for you. Once the person guarantee for you and you come in, that's it. I mean, he will guarantee that he'll be giving you the amount is there. I think it's 700 and something every month. But Unim said where there is more or less like a formality. Sometimes and yes, and I'm speaking to you because something it's not like
Yeah,
if the person can he will what I say, you are just using it to get your visa. Yeah,
yeah.
that's how it is. So these are the three ways. These three things, if you don't get it, my brother, please, then you cannot come and study in Belgium. If you don't get any of these three back home, school biya on fasa three way no back home.
Wow.
You see, so if like right now, as I said, you have scanned through your mind and you've seen that, oh, okay, then the easiest would be the guarantor. Well, block account, when you're 13,000 when. So you see the thing. Why are you going to get the 13,000? So the guarantor is the surest way that most people use. And I think if you have some friends in the diaspora, you can call and ask, oh, if somebody can guarantee for you, at least it's a one-time opportunity if the person will allow and guarantee for you.
That's fine. Definitely,
Exactly.
you might get someone who will
Yeah.
be able to
Now, if the
guarantee.
person if the person guarantees for you, then as soon as the embassy stamps on the guarantee form, the person will just screenshot it or scan it and send it to you. That's it. You add it to your application straight. You go to Abidjan for your
Visa.
visa application. Yeah.
So how long did it take for you to receive your student visa after in your case, after you had provided all the necessary documents, and then how was
Yeah.
your financial status was cleared?
Yeah. Okay. So with me, most schools open the applications in the October every
Mhm.
year, and most schools also have only one intake. That means they open in October, they close in March. That's it. So it means they'll have one intake in September if you apply. But some schools, I think only two schools I know, or one school takes in September and also in January. So I applied the the admission opening was in October. But I applied late. I think I applied around January or December. I can't remember. Yeah. So my admission letter came early. Uh, I think mine came around March thereabout.
Mhm.
March thereabout. When you get the admission, you are not done at all. You have to legalize. You have to do legalization because you applied with your documents online. they wouldn't know the authenticity of it, whether it was good or so they have to also check whether your degree or whatever is good. So you have to legalize them. And legalization is done in three processes. You have to go to the court to for the notarization. From there, you go to Ministry of Foreign Affairs to legalize it. Then you go to the Belgium Embassy in Ghana. First, we used to go to Abidjan to legalize it and come back before we apply for the main visa application. But now, thankfully, we have the oh, hold on. Thankfully, we have the Ghana uh, consulate, the Belgium consulate in Ghana, that you can rig them for your legalization. Exactly. So there's a Belgium embassy here, a consulate in Ghana, but they only cater for legalization and for visit visas. But
Visit
long
visas
term,
and
yeah,
legalization.
exactly. But for long-term visas like study, marriage, work permit, and stuff like that, then that one you have to go to Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, because we are under Cote d'Ivoire. Yeah, so I think by June, I remember June, I was in Ivory Coast to finally submit after doing the legalization stuff and medical. You also have to do medical as well. Medical is done in only two hospitals in Ghana. I mean, the accredited one from the Belgium embassy. They want you to do it in either of them. Akai Clinic near American Embassy in Osu. And what again? What again? And IOM, I think
I will.
International, yeah, IOM, yeah, clinic. These are the only two hospitals that you have to go and do your medical. The medical will be added to your application. Then with the legalized documents that you did, everything you submit it to in person to Africa. So I think I did that in June, somewhere middle of June. So I think I did a blog account actually. So let's say by less than a month, I had my visa. In less than a month. Yes, but not all the time. I know some people who had blog accounts, but theirs took sometimes 2 or 3 months. Actually, when you submit the visa application, there's a note on their website, on the Belgian immigration website, that your visa will be processed within this month. I think the longest is 3 months. If by 3 months you don't get your visa, you have to write to them.
All right.
If by 3 months, so that means you can, the maximum is 3 months. Exactly. So by first month you can get it. Second month, if you don't get it, then aim for the last month. If the last month you also don't get it, then you have to write to them, and then they'll rectify why it has delayed and stuff like that. So these are basically the process. But what over time, what we have also realized is that those who do the blog account, their visas usually come earlier. Because blog account, they already know that you have money there, the school have. So, but with the guarantor, sometimes they have to verify whether you know, it's
It's
true
true
with the
or
other
not.
embassy, because the grantor, remember, he also the grantor has to fill that form for another embassy, Belgium embassy somewhere in any other country to verify. So they also have to verify from that country whether it's true that they approve that form. So it can take long. So I mean, that's how the whole process is like. It's pretty easy. And let me put this one out. When you go and submit, you have an interview, which is compulsory, an interview that you have to have. And the interview is in the form of kind of like a questionnaire that you have to fill. So it's not like
Mm,
a counselor will be in front of you and be asking you, okay, why do you want to go instead? No, all is written on the paper. Half time, sit down and answer. Yes. But they'll give you 1 hour. to answer, 1 hour to fill the form. So that is your form of interview at the embassy. Yeah.
Wow. Then that's cool.
Yes. Yes.
Because
Yes. Yes. Yes.
a lot of people wouldn't want like the face-to-face embassy. When you go to the American embassy, you meet the consulate, and you see,
Yeah.
sometimes you are even short of words. You even forget whatever that you are going to mention. So
Sure.
an interview which comes in the form of a paper, you put down things, then it's fine. I believe that.
Exactly. It's simple question. Where are you going to study? Why did you choose the school? Which course are you? What are some of the courses that you may study when you go to Belgium? These are some of the questions they will answer on the paper. So it's something that anybody who want to study or who has finished a bachelor's degree in Ghana can answer. Then from there you just come to Ghana and wait for your visa. And when your visa is ready, you don't go back to Africa because they will send it to you. That means you have to pay.
They will mail it to you.
As
Correct.
yes, as part of your visa fee, you have to also pay your DHL fee and everything as well. Yeah,
Wow. So
yeah,
let's talk about this one also. So
yeah.
have you had any cases like, or have you heard of someone who applied to Belgium embassy for an educational visa and a student visa, and at the end of the day, the person visa was refused? Have you had any of them? Have you heard of
Yes.
anything of sorts before?
Sure, sure.
And what
I
could be the factor?
um when I submitted my visa application, I went with some friends of mine who didn't get it. So I came before they came the following year. And their problem was the financial part. The one who guaranteed for them
Mhm,
was not eligible.
mhm.
The one who guaranteed for them was not eligible. I told you that the one who guaranteed for you also has a criteria to follow. So if the person doesn't follow those criteria and they will approve it if the person is in Belgium. In Belgium, they will approve it for the person, whether the person meet the requirement or not. But if the person is outside Belgium, then they will approve it and put some black sticker, black writing that solvency is sufficient. That means the money is okay. But if you don't see that stamp on it, then it means they've already approved it, but the person's money is not sufficient. They also didn't know about all this. Honestly, I didn't also know about all this because I didn't come with a guarantor. I came with blog account. So it was later on we were getting to know all these things. So they were refused based on that. One guy was also refused last year for late submission. Late submission. School always start in September. September, everybody, I mean, have to come. I mean, if you have your visa, because mostly schools start here and around middle of September. So if by let's say August, if that August, September, August ending, you are now submitting your visa application. I mean, it's too late. When will they finish with everything? Before they finish, you finish your first semester. And guess what? You have to enroll. When you get a visa, you have to enroll for the immigration to give you your permanent resident for you to study. So there'll be some lapses. So they'll just refuse you because of that. So I always tell my friends, once they open the how do you call it, the admission portal, application portal, don't delay, just apply and do things as quickly as possible. That's why I always tell people to prepare ahead, get all your documents ready. You don't get admission before you call your school. Please, I need my transcript. I need no,
You should get it
no.
already.
Get all these things and put them down. There's no deadline on transcript. It doesn't expire.
Yeah.
Even the how do you call it? I one lady had an admission and everything. She was left with how do you call that thing? The testimony. The English proficiency stuff.
Proficiency, yeah.
Yes, man, to get it from the school was you know how it is. You call schools in
Yeah.
Ghana. Sometimes you call the
The
line, they'll
stress
not
and
pick
all
up.
that is very, very
It's
tough.
a whole lot. So get all this in, put them down. As soon as you apply and they need those documents, then you can just get them and it's done. So normally it can take 3 months for you to get your visa. You can get it as early as possible. And if they send your application to Belgium, sometimes they bring your application to the home office. They call it the home office.
Okay.
The embassy can issue a visa to you. Sometimes they send your passport to Belgium for them to issue the visa to you as well. Especially when they have to do some investigation or maybe okay,
They're
then
not
they
sure whether to give the visa to you or not.
exactly that one it can take long. It can take like 2, 3 months. But mine like this, it was issued in Abidjan. They didn't even send it to Belgium. So it depends on the applicant and the embassy as well. To a larger extent, it depends on the embassy. Yeah,
Wow. That
yeah,
was so beautiful. Seriously, we've learned a lot with regards to every single thing that you've mentioned, from the school application, from visa, and also your documents legalizations and all that you need to do.
yeah.
Yeah. And we really appreciate it a lot. We really appreciate it. So let's talk about the last thing. When it comes to accommodation. So how does someone the first time the person is going to Belgium, how will the
Mm.
person deal with an accommodation status?
Yes, accommodation is one of the key issues that you have to think about when you want to study abroad. As part of the school application, there's a portal, there's a page in the portal for you to apply for a school accommodation. So that also boils to the point I said earlier that you have to apply early. For example, they open the portal in October and you will start your application in January, which is still open. Oh. People
Mhm.
have already applied and it is first come, first serve. So once you apply, many people have already applied. So they'll give them admission and they'll also give them the school
Accommodation.
accommodation. So you see, so when you're applying to any school in Belgium, there's a platform for you to pay for a school accommodation, which is not free, but it is less. And it also gives you the stress of you not coming to Belgium first. I'm going to search for, you just come to Belgium, you go to the school, they will show you, okay, this is your hall, go, this is your key. Then, then you are done. So sometimes it's like that. Sometimes you may apply for the school accommodation and they will tell you that you get admission, all right, but the accommodation application, they will tell you that it is full. So in that regard, you still have to come, but you have to search for an outside the school accommodation. You have to search for private organizations. They have so many websites, hostels around the school, even in the cities that you can rent a place. But as I said, those ones are also not guaranteed. Do you understand? They are also not guaranteed. Accommodation issue is very difficult here in Belgium. So you just have to plan ahead, save some money. Don't say you are coming to Europe, so you come and you start school and you get some student job immediately. So you are coming to 0 cities or 0 euros. You may really, really struggle. So you just have to have some money with you for the time being, at least for 3 months, because you cannot just come and start work. You've come, you want to know how the culture is in the country. I think I mean, I read through the questions you sent me before. How is the climate? How is the environment? Culture shock. You've come to a country first, you don't know how I mean, their behavior, their culture and stuff like that. You may be shocked. And their language as well. They don't speak English in Belgium. It's Dutch and French, Flemish and French. So all these things will be shock. I mean, the educational settings are obviously different from Ghana. Even even the teaching in class is different. Here we use mostly computers and stuff like that. Ghana, we use our pamphlet and books. So all these things will be against you when you're. So you just have to get, if you have a family member or a friend that you can pay for the meantime, that is perfect. But if you don't have, please, when you are applying for the the school admission, add the accommodation to it so that you can have a place. If you don't have a place and you get the admission, then you have to even start searching for accommodation before you come. Don't come before you search. Yes, if you go to the school website, they even have several websites that they've given you hostels that you can search. And me, for example, I never stayed in the school accommodation. I stayed in the private accommodation because I didn't get a chance.
All right.
Exactly.
That's fine. We thank you a lot for your time for this interview and every single thing that you mentioned. We are hoping to see that during our school application, visa, and all that. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you so much for your time. And we are
You're
also
most
looking
welcome.
forward for another interview for other places that you find yourself
Sure,
for now. Yeah. So we are looking forward for that.
sure.
So yeah,
It's a
thank you
pleasure.
so much. Yeah. Thank
It's a
you.
pleasure to have this meeting with you. Thank you so much too.